So at the time of recording this final episode of Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, the Nintendo Direct in September happened. And new titles were announced. Princess... sorry guys, I'm a little emotional just trying to do my intro. Mario vs. Donkey Kong, which will be coming out in February. Princess Peach Showtime comes out in March. And at the very end of the Direct, they announced Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door is being remade for the Nintendo Switch. And I verbally got so excited. It actually made my family laugh a little bit because they didn't really understand. They were upstairs at the time of me watching the Direct on my main floor television while I was doing some cleanup of the kitchen. Just something to do while I watched the Direct. And I stopped paying attention in that moment because the guy had said we're going to recap the games coming out from September onwards. And they're doing the roll call of all the games they just announced. And I'm like, okay, so it's the end of the showcase. And I turn away and I look down to my phone for a moment. And then I heard him say, we have one final announcement. And I heard the intro melody, that do-do-do-do-do. And I felt like the whole world just fell away. And the graphic, I'm gonna record that video, just that bit, and show you guys right now what it looks like. This looks phenomenal. My one regret of doing this series now is that I'm doing it because I want to play the new one for you guys when it comes out. And I might still do that because I want to see and play the new version and try to see where dialogue changes and where character development changes. It's not just a remake. Or a remaster. It's a remake. So, with that all said, hello guys. Welcome to the final episode of Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door on the Nintendo GameCube. Played on my Wii. Today, we are going to deal with the post game and go over some really cool things in the game that I didn't go over because at the time there wasn't really any way to talk about it effectively, and yeah. So we're going at this at level 52 because we'll also showcase some of my other files. So we're booting this up for the first time since we beat the game. Goombella is waiting for us on the dock. You're a strange one, sir. It must be something special to convince you to return. Although if I had a Goomba that cute waiting for me at the dock, I might return too. Well, whatever you're doing, be careful. Goodbye, sir. He'll come back for me. Maybe. Sir, don't leave me here. Long time no see, Mario. I'm totally glad I got to see you again. This is awesome. Everyone's ready. We heard you were coming, so we've been waiting here for you. So are you ready to go? Whenever you want to go, we are so there with you. So one thing that I heard in recent years is Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door could have done a bit more substance with a post-game where you had to go and collect your partners again all around the world. And it's a very cool and interesting idea. Oh, the rat guy, that's right. Mario, how's it going? Hey, guess what? I kept a journal of my hunt for black gold. It's a little embarrassing, but want to read it? I didn't know he had a journal. Which part would you like to read? Oh my goodness. You know what? We're gonna read this. The night before. I'm finally off tomorrow. I've filled my pack with cheese and I'm ready to go. My to-do list is crossed off. I owe so much to all my investors, not just money. The old get-rich-quick dream, but this is different. I have a reason. See, I owe it to my hometown. It's so cold there. People are constantly shivering. If I find oil and send it there, then people can use it to heat their homes. Oil will make me rich and them happy. It seems to be the perfect goal, right? I've always had this dream since I was very small. Why do I've never heard of this character ever mentioned in any Paper Mario review. Why? This is so cute. I've always had this dream since I was very small. Of course, getting rich is a big part of it too. But who doesn't want money? Money, money. Cover me with it, please. Ha! Well, enough for tonight. Yeah, that's a little embarrassing. Read another? Yeah. The Buzzer Friend. The Buzzer Fiend, sorry. Why did it have to turn out like this? I got to Toad Town by boat. Then I took a train to the foot of Mount Rugged. Unfortunately, you can only get from Mount Rugged to Dry Desert on foot. And tragedy waited for me as I slogged faithfully up that winding trail. It was a huge, awful vulture. I had read about it in my travel brochures. This buzzer accosted all travelers on Mount Rugged. I hightailed it, but Buzzer had me in its sights. I felt a piercing jolt as its claws dug deep into my backpack. After dropping me onto a cliff, Buzzer seemed to forget about me and disappear. I let out a sigh of relief, but when I touched my back, I noticed my pack was gone. My pack. And it was all my food and money to start the operation. No! That mangy Buzzer made off with everything of importance to me. All I have left is this journal, a shovel to dig for oil, and my life. But perhaps living is miracle enough, or so I'd like to believe. But now I can't turn back. I climb down the mountain to the desert. The dry desert sprawls out before me, beckoning dreamers and fools. I am both, and I set out with a heart full of dread. Yeah, that's a little embarrassing. Read another. So, my 300 coins I gave him, he didn't even have. That's really sad. A helping hand. I am now in a place called Dry Outpost. Someone pulled me, lifeless and parched, from the merciless desert floor. It was a Koopa with a fine mustache named Colorado, an angel in a pith helmet. He was a world-traveling adventurer archaeologist. I told him about Buzzer, and my quest for oil, and my dreams of riches and warmth for my people. After I spoke at length, he gave me food and water. I asked him why he should be so kind, and he looked into the distance and said, "Turning one's back on an ambitious dreamer invites others to do the same to you, old boy. I just want to believe in every dream this sad old world can muster." This guy, he still chases his own dreams, dusty dreams of archaeology. We stayed up all night discussing each other's dreams. It was great. It's a little embarrassing. Read another. A reliable guide. Ooh, is this going to be Mustafa? I am now at a desert oasis. After Colorado left, I set out from Dry Outpost to find my digging point. But the desert is so wide, it's impossible to find anything without a guide. I had no idea where I was going, and my head was splitting in the heat. You just go south about 4 screens from Dry Outpost. My throat was burning and scratchy. Was I awake? Was I asleep? I heard a voice calling to me from far away. Hey, are you a nice guy? If you're a nice guy, then give me something nice. I didn't have the food or water I received from Colorado. I had nothing. Why do you lie here? If you are a nice guy, give me a nice thing and I will help. I croaked. All I have is my dream. When I next awoke, I was at this oasis. You're awake, I heard. There was a squeak. There in a gray headscarf. My name is Moustafa. You had nothing to give, but I got something nice anyway. I don't know how or why, but it seems I'd been saved by yet another stranger. Do you need a guide? If there's somewhere you want to go, I will take you. Unbelievable! I've actually found a reliable guide. It's a little This is actually, I'm getting shivers. And it's not just because I'm picturing this in the new HD format, but also I've played the original. I know who Colorado is. I know who Mustafa is. Oh, this is so good. The digging point. We're here. I'm finally at the spot where I'm supposed to dig for oil. I was told to draw a line from a blue cactus to a cactus-like rock. I went north a precise distance from the exact termination point. I ended up here at a point between dry ruins and the oasis. Mustafa has guided me this far with skill and bravery. He said, "You are a nice guy. Your dream will come true." Mustafa believes this. He left then, leaving me to fight this battle on my own. All I have to do is dig here until I find oil, that's all. I stocked up on lemons and limes at the oasis, so I should last a few days. I must find that oil. Yeah. Oh, no, we already read this one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my mousy friend. No, I want to read. The Long Dig. I am digging for oil. I am digging for oil now, and my hand shakes as I write these, perhaps final words. I have been digging from sunup to sundown, but still no sign of that sweet crud. Maybe I've just picked a dry spot in this cursed spot, in this cursed desert. But I'm sure this is where Lovely told me to dig. Yes, I'm sure of it. There's no more food or water, or even my hopes have dwindled to nothing. Ah, this is it. My dream dies here with me under these unforgiving skies. My dream, my? Wait, no, this is not my dream. It is of something else. Yes, something else. Dig. Keep digging. I must keep digging. Arms, move. Body, work. Find oil. Yeah, let's read the last one. The wrap-up. I am now on a boat back to dear Rogueport. I did it! I finally struck oil in that dry desert. I have left the day-to-day operation to my men in the field, and now return home. It all came true, striking it rich, finding oil, my dream. But somewhere along the way, this became more than just my dream. So many people have helped to make this dream happen. So many. You had nothing to give, but I got something nice anyway. Dear Mustafa, I just want to believe in every dream this sad world can muster. Colorado. People who lent me money and gave me food and showed me the way. So many hands reached out to help me. I must do something for all of them. That feeling has pushed me even harder. I must share this feeling with the people who helped me as I struggled. I must share these words that have seared themselves into my heart. Dreams come true. Lumpy. Yeah, that's a little embarrassing. I see. Well, I'll just be here thinking about what to do next, so say hi anytime. My gosh, we have a long episode, because not only are we going to deal with the final troubles, but I want to showcase all of the post-game stuff, or as much as I can find. Because obviously, I'm not going to know where all these post-game points are. So let's get started. Right in here. Let's start with Doty. I really want to see the great tree, but there are many cads in the way. Won't someone please roust these ne'er-do-wells? I am waiting in Bogley Woods near the great tree. Sure. Do it and do it right. Okay. I actually don't know what exactly this quest is going to be about. Off we go. I don't think I've ever done the last 3 troubles. It's been a while since we've been to the Bogley Woods. I'm assuming Doty is over here. Ah, here he is.
Ah, now this is the problem, eh?
Ah, what's that you say? Ah, you can help me?
Excellent, just marvelous. I was just about to give up on the whole deal. I came to the woods just to see the great tree, but the thugs up ahead scare me. Contending with goons is not part of my repertoire, so to speak, so I've stalled here. Do you suppose you could give all the goons up ahead a proper thrashing for me? Well, I'll be waiting here until you do. Thanks in advance, chump.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Done already? Hey, marvelous! I can finally see the great tree. I'm in your debt, sir. It isn't much, but I hope this will do for your troubles. It's my change from lunch. Perhaps I'll see you up ahead.
Well, we solved the trouble. Let's go to the tree, because, again, I don't have any memory of doing this. I have memory of doing a bunch of the other tattles throughout gameplay, but not these 3.
Ah, the great tree! As you watch us foolishly continue to repeat history, what could you think of us? You can do nothing but stand and watch our ignorance. No, what rot. To assume that a tree can do nothing, that only proves my own foolishness.
What the heck? Someone's a little too philosophical for me. Bub, I got in a fight with my mom, and I need you to help me make up with her. I'll be waiting near the Sanctum in Poshley Heights. Yes, let's take Bub's challenge. Do Poshley Heights. As we make our way to Poshley Heights, we see Bub there in the back, but I do want to point out that we actually can see one of our previous party members. It is you, isn't it, Mario? Well, it's been quite a while, hasn't it? I've come here with Bootler, yes, a little vacation to Poshley Sanctum. I hadn't left the mansion in ages. I figured it was time to turn some heads on the road. Gwahaha! But what a nice surprise to see you. Feel free to be overwhelmed by my beauty. And Bootler. Lady Bo, your beauty is like the song of a nightingale in the evening. Indeed, if you've grown into a fine young girl, who'd make your ancestors proud? It has been revealed that there was going to be all of the previous party members seen in the game. But we only got to see Parakarry and Bo, I believe. I've been waiting for you, mister. See, I got in a big fight with my mom, and I want to make it up to her. So I wrote her a letter and I want to give it to her as a present, but I don't know what to get. I've narrowed it down to 3 things. So could you help me decide? I feel like shroom cake is the answer. You've got great taste. I'm sure it'll go over great. You also have to find it and bring it here. Because, you know, they don't sell those things here. Do I have shroom cake? Because that's something I have to make. Actually, I don't think there's a shop here at all. Bub? Who's that? I know no Bub. I have no son at all. Don't speak to me. Oh, Sylvia. Okay, so after being a dummy and forgetting that shroom cake is not made with inky sauce but with a mushroom. Let's try it. Doodly doo-dah. Ba 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 bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum. Okay, back to Bub. Okay, here's Bub. Did you bring a shroom cake for my mom? Yahoo! A shroom cake! Thanks, mister. I'll just attach this letter and we're done. But I'm afraid to give it to her. She may still be mad. Can you give it to her and come back, please? Let's take the present for Bub. Okay, Sylvia. Why, hello, Consoles. Do you need something? From little Bub, you say? Why, there's a letter. Let me just read it. Dear lovely Mama, I'm sorry I didn't do my homework. From now on, I'll do my homework and try to be a good Babam like Papa. And I will give you good food and a nice house and a pretty hat. And please don't hate me. From Bub. Oh, I'm just going to break down and cry here. Oh, how delightful. Oh, Gonzels, don't mind my tears. They are joyful ones. I just want you to tell Bub something for me. Tell him I'm not angry. I was just being stern because I love him and I care about his future. I never meant to hurt his little feelings by it. And I'm sorry I lost sight of that. Gonzels, please bring my little Bub back to me now. Sure thing, Sylvia. Hey, mister, how was it? Did she like the present? She's not mad anymore? Yahoo-wee! It's all thanks to you, mister. You're the person I respect most, after my dad. And as a reward, I'll give you my entire fortune. Not that I have many coins, though. Aw, he gave me the 3 coins. Trouble solved. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go deal with the last trouble, which is the hardest one, actually. My goodness. The lack of load time sometimes is disorienting. Swab. I need someone to go to the 50th floor of the pit of 100 trials for me. Shaboom. I need someone pretty tough. Shaplowy. For details, please see me next to cannon statue in far outpost. Shaboomity. Okay. Let's go get the details first. To far outpost. Ah, this must be the bomb. You agreed to help my trouble, Shaplui. Thanks to you, Shaboom. There is dungeon under Rogueport called Pit of 100 Trials, Shakao. I heard if one writes wish upon wall on 50th floor, then wish come true, Shapop. I used special big explosion to get down to 50th floor and write wish, Shacrack. And then I realized whole thing was hoax, Shadoop. I risked life getting down there for useless graffiti. I want it erased, Shashoom. I would erase it myself, but I don't think I could get down there again. Shakroom! Could you go down to 50th floor of Pit and erase graffiti, please? Absolutely. We will cut back at the 50th floor of the Pit of 100 Trials. It should be noted that this is why some people don't do the Pit of 100 Trials until after the post-game. Because then they're already on their way down to Bonetail. But I decided that I wanted all of the badges as I went through the main game. Okay, we made it! And right here we have the graffiti. And that's it. 50 floors to do that. Back to Far Outpost. Just looking at everything that I've looked at in this whole recording, I'm so excited to see it all in high definition, paper crafted. So, you erased my graffiti, Shapaf? You erased it, Shashloom? I am so grateful to you. But it is not like I can confirm whether you actually erased it or not, Shaboo. Oh well, I guess I'll just trust you, Shashakity. Take this reward, Shapow. This team made it for me when I told her how much I was missing the snow, Shafoom. Snow Bunny. I'm going to start trying to fulfill my own wish now. But you cannot tell anyone what it is, Shafoom. Promise me, Shakroom. And that's it. That is the last of all of the troubles. I am actually curious. Oh, cannon will not be fired until the day we have been waiting for comes. My peace of mind is all thanks to you. I am so grateful. Okay, so they don't fire you back up to the moon. Let's go show off some final elements that we can find in the game. I'm pretty sure we can in the post game at least. Come in here, activate the teleport. Now let's go see Tak. Mario, I am pleased that I could see you again. I detonated explosives after you left to ensure the base would never be used for evil. Of course, I was destroyed in the resulting explosion. But one day I regained consciousness, and all was as before. Yes, everything. I do not comprehend why, but as I regained consciousness, I saw a light, and I thought I heard Peach's voice. Oh. I wonder if Peach was able to reforge using some sort of destiny magic. That's really cute, actually. I never come back up here to see Tak because, like, it's the post game. Why would you ever go back to old areas? We have a few final things as well to go check up on, such as Luigi. Okay. So instead of going to see Luigi first, let's go check out our lore master. Since we're at the end of the game, there should be something here. Good day to you, sir. Oh, I'm very sad. I thought that there was gonna be some post-game. Well, I guess that makes sense, though. Okay, let's see what you have to say now that all the titles are done. If you want to take on a trouble, you'll have to use the main entrance. Look, a lot of, shall we say, sketchy requests get submitted here. Not to belabor the point, but don't tell anyone that we're running the Trouble Center. Okay, I was expecting him to say something different since we completed all the troubles. Let's go talk on this side. We haven't had any troubles come in lately. Maybe you solved all the world's troubles already. I suppose that's good, but it's terrible for business. Oh. You know, I was really expecting that to go different. Okay. So we don't have the climactic end of Luigi's adventure. I believe now it's available. Yes. Oh, it's so expensive. Let's withdraw a gold bar and sell it. Now we have enough. Okay. Journey's end. At long last, Luigi crossed the threshold of Hate Song Tower. Luigi rallied his allies. We will defeat the Chestnut King. Oh, we must. Friends by his side, Luigi at last faced the fell Chestnut King. But then he heard a voice and spun to see the fair Princess Eclair. She told our hero the painful truth. The evil Chestnut King was actually her true love, made monstrous by Crepe in a bid for the throne. At that moment, the villainous Crepe appeared. The marvelous compass, please. Hand it over, and the Luff Empire will rule again! Mwaha! Luigi and co. were no match for the might of Crepe, their true enemy. But then, the compass piece in Eclair's tiara shone forth. It bestowed the future sight on Luigi. Knowing Crepe's every move, he smote the fiend with his mallet, and with that, it was all finally over. Luigi and his friends parted, leaving the Waffle Kingdom in peace, but Luigi regretted not gazing farther into the future. He longed to see the Wafflers gathering on Princess Eclair's wedding day. He wanted to see her beauty, and who stood at her side. But it was not to be. Luigi went back to his humble home, which remained exactly as he had left it, a cold comfort for his heavy heart. Taking up a book he had been reading, Luigi tried to read, but his long trial had sapped his strength, and he soon fell asleep. Luigi dreamt of his friends and his beloved Princess Eclair, and sleeping, Luigi spoke, I shall return. The end. So that felt more final than how Luigi put it. Luigi was like, I defeated the Chestnut King, and then I defeated another monster, and then I went home. I've been catching a breather here, you know, reflecting back on my own adventures. It's been a long road, brother. Want to hear what's happened? The Super Luigi book. Actually, and know what? This guy actually novelized my quest. He's been interviewing me. He was actually interviewing me here at the inn during breaks from my adventures. I didn't think anyone would be interested in reading a book about Luigi. but Super Luigi came out recently, and check this out, bro. Here in Rogueport, it set a new record for consecutive weeks at #1 on the bestseller list. Ho 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 ho. Hooray for Luigi, bro. I started reading it the other day, but it's an encyclopedic account in multiple volumes. Excruciating detail, bro. It's like a history book. It seemed like one anyway. They've got it in the shop here in Rogueport. How about you snag a copy, bro? And that is how Luigi's adventure ends. Oh, Master Mario, if anything happens to me, promise you'll watch after the princess. Oh, that's so heartbreaking. Toadsworth, like, disappears. Not after this game, but for, like... He's been gone out of the entire market for Mario games for almost 10 years. Oh, that hurts. That hits home. Let's see what he's got. I mean, I don't really need any. Okay. Let's see. What else do I have? Oh, I never showed this off. Graffiti Corner. Super Luigi. All 5 volumes are now on sale at Toad's Bazaar, the Mustachio Green Baron. I wonder who the Green Baron could be. The last thing that I want to cover in this series is this. Right down here. This Babam has been here since the beginning. Dum da da dum da. Dum da da dum da do. Every day's a lucky day with Happy Lucky Lottery. With new numbers every day, this lottery's fun and exploding with excitement. I'd love to tell you more. That's the way. Happy Lucky Lottery is so special. You pick numbers, they might win each day. Just buy your numbers here, one at a time. Buy another if you change your mind. Then check back later on this board to see if your numbers have come in. If your number matches the day's draw, you get a super happy lucky prize. The day's number is drawn each night at midnight. If you play and check the board every day, your number is sure to come in eventually. And when I say midnight, I mean according to your Nintendo GameCube clock. So go ahead, buy a number, only 10 coins for new customers. So we're gonna say no thanks. And I'm gonna get you the most accurate reading about this. Okay. So, I'm going to read this verbatim. The Happy Lucky Lottery is a lottery held in Rogueport in Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. It is run by a bulky Babam named Lucky. In order to win the lottery, the player must first purchase a lottery pick from Lucky. A Dogen normally hangs out here, cursing his bad luck. The lottery is located on the west side of Rogueport. At midnight, according to the time on the Nintendo GameCube, a winning number is generated. Adjusting the GameCube's clock forward will allow the player to check their numbers again. However, changing the clock backwards will have Lucky accuse the player of cheating. If the player admits that they changed the clock, Lucky will have a meltdown and pretend to give a game over. If the player does not admit to cheating though, through Lucky's dialogue, he will assume this is just a mistake. Regardless of which choices are selected, Mario will be fined 500 coins and the lottery will not start up until the next day on the clock. Contrary to popular belief, winning numbers are not truly randomly generated. Instead, the GameCube determines which number to show based on how much time has passed since purchasing of a ticket. Checking within 4 to 10 days will reward the player with the 4th prize. Within 25 to 35 days will reward the player with 3rd prize. Within 85 to 115 days, the player will be rewarded with second prize. And within 335 to 395 days, will be rewarded with first prize. Checking the board on any other day will result in a randomly generated non-winning number and reward the player with the constellation prize. Additionally, buying a new ticket will reset the day count. Daylight savings time is not taken into account, as not every region follows it. If the player realizes they forgot to set the GameCube clock back at the start of the save file and they go to change it back an hour, Lucky will still accuse the player of cheating. This can be avoided if the player waits an hour before starting the game. The game stores an eternal clock value each time the file is selected, and if the clock is set to below this value, the game will still think something is wrong. This also occurs if the player moves their memory card to a different system with a lower date than the previous save. So, people have actually found out that you could cheat the prizes here at the Lucky Lottery Shop. Now, is it worth it? Let's see. For your consolation prize, where you get no numbers, you get a mushroom. When you get the one number correct, you get a life shroom, which is worth about 50 coins. With two numbers, you get an ultra shroom, which was 200 coins. At three numbers, you get the Lucky Day badge or a Zest special. Now, the Lucky Day badge is, I believe, the red one? No, it's the green one. The one we got from the Pit of 100 Trials. And at all four numbers, you can get a Power Plus badge or Zest Dynamite. And it should be noted, the Power Plus badges were incredibly rare because we found two of them and we basically tried to up our attacks by using other methods. Jumpman, all or nothing, P up, D down badges in order to increase our strength. So if you want to just try to get many power badges, actually let's continue reading this real quick. Prizes are awarded when a number matches its exact spot from right to left. We'll keep checking until all four numbers match or there is a mismatch anywhere, and are given to Lucky after collecting the winning number. You can only win the Lucky Day badge or the Power Plus badge once. Following that, the prizes will be Zest Dynamite or Zest Special. So if you want to try to get another Power Plus badge to increase your attack power, you could definitely do it. I'm putting up this exact information on the screen now, so that you know how far into the future you have to adjust your Nintendo Wii or your Nintendo GameCube's internal clock so that you can earn the reward. And that, guys, is everything that we really can talk about. Let's check out this family. So happy now. I'm happy too. This is the author who was interviewing Luigi, by the way.
The book I wrote about your quest was a huge success. It's even been made into a play.
Oh, never mind.
To thank you for the inspiration, I dubbed it Paper Mario.
Never mind. I thought this was the toad that wrote about Paper Luigi. Anyways, guys, that is going to be it. Thank you all so much for supporting the Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door series. We will see this again, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a highlight version of Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door on the Nintendo Switch when it comes out later in 2024. which by the time you guys see this video, it's going to be later this year because we're in January now. So, I am going to play the Switch version. I'm going to do basically a highlight reel of the whole game, broken down into the separate chapters, because unless there's physical changes, I don't think there is. I don't know. I'm still debating what I'm going to do with that project, if I'm even going to do that project. If I don't, the next project in the Paper Mario lineup is Super Paper Mario for the Nintendo Wii. It is a vastly different game from Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, and at one point was considered the black sheep of the series. Its gameplay vastly differs from the traditional tabletop, from the traditional role-playing game where you go into turn-based battles and you fight enemies and you gain levels and you get partners and you have badges and you have powers. Super Paper Mario diverts this by making it more into an action platformer and is the start of the turn of the series. Do I think Super Paper Mario is a bad game? Absolutely not. Even though it changes the mechanics of the game fundamentally, it's still a great story and one that I look forward to sharing with you guys in the coming years of this channel. Am I going to play the modern quote-unquote Paper Mario games? Possibly. I still don't know how I'm going to do the fourth game, the sour game. But that's not for present day Dyrezz Plays to figure out. That's going to be future Dyrezz Plays problem to figure out. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. If you did, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Mash the like button and subscribe if you have not for more Paper Mario content. We will see you all in the next project. We'll see you all then. Dyrezz Plays out.